For thousands of years, people in China believed dragons were real, not because anyone saw them flying through the sky, but because the earth kept revealing their remains, bones, massive bones, bones that did not belong to any animal people recognized. When farmers dug into the ground, their tools would suddenly hit something solid. Not rock, not metal, bone long, thick, heavy, too large to belong to a horse, too strange to belong to any creature they knew. People did not ask questions. They whispered a single word: dragon. In ancient China, dragons were not monsters. They were symbols of power, protection, and the balance of the universe. So when people uncovered enormous bones, they believed they were touching something sacred, something ancient, something dangerous. The bones were collected, carried to markets, sold as dragon bones. They were crushed into powder and used in traditional medicine. People believed they could heal illness, bring strength, or protect against evil. No one imagined they were consuming fragments of a forgotten world. Centuries passed, the bones kept appearing, and the legend grew stronger. Dragons had to be real. The proof was in the ground. Then, in the early 1900s, a quiet question changed everything. What if these bones were not dragons at all? Scientists began examining the so-called dragon bones. What they discovered was unsettling. These bones were not mythical. They were fossils, preserved remains of creatures that lived millions of years ago. Some belonged to dinosaurs, giant beasts that once ruled the earth, creatures far older than human history, older than language, older than memory. But that was not the most disturbing discovery. Among the dragon bones, scientists found human remains. Not modern humans, but ancient ones. A forgotten ancestor, later known as Peking Man. Think about that. For centuries, human ancestors were sold in markets, ground into powder, mistaken for dragons. And yet, that mistake saved them. If people had not believed in dragons, those bones might have been destroyed forever. The myth protected the truth. Legend preserved history. Dragons were never seen, but their bones told a story far older than myth. So what were dragons? Flying beasts or memories? Fragments of a prehistoric world misunderstood by those who found them. The earth remembers what humans forget. Sometimes it allows those memories to return, disguised as legends. Next time you hear a story about dragons, remember this. Some legends are not born from imagination. They are born from bones. What if the greatest myths in history are just misunderstood evidence? Subscribe for more ancient mysteries.